namaste, bonjour. Before we begin, I'd like you to do a little exercise with me. I promise you it's going to be a very quick one. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and think about a moment when you were really sad, when you felt dejected. Just close your eyes, think. Slowly open your eyes again. I know that was a bit cruel, that was harsh, so I'm going to improve your mood by asking you to repeat this exercise, but this time we're going to think all happy things. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and think about a moment when you were overjoyous, a day you'd like to live over and over again. I assure you, there's a very good reason why we're doing these exercises, so just bear with me. Open your eyes. I want you to now reflect on these two or several memories that popped in your head. Were you the hero of these memories? Were your emotions a direct result of your own actions? Or was there somebody else involved? Somebody else who made you feel the way you felt? In case it was all you, bravo, my friend. You have the key to a successful and happy life. However, if there's even a slightest chance that there was somebody else who influenced your emotions or your experiences, then sit tight and stick till the end, because I'm sure you're going to enjoy what I have to say to you. Who can tell me what's on the screen right now? Anybody? It's a phoenix, that's right. And what are the characteristics of a phoenix? What is a phoenix known for? It rises from its own ashes. You're probably thinking right now, why is she talking about this extraordinary bird? Well, the question's going to get answered in the next 10 minutes of us being together. We've talked about this amazing bird. We've done these reflection exercises. So let me get down to business and talk about something you all will relate to: the swipe culture. Twiddling our thumbs left and right, sometimes brainlessly, and many a times in vanity. This makes me come down to one conclusion, and only one conclusion about our generation. We are the quick generation. We want everything quickly. We want quick money, quick success, quick relationships, quick love. And unfortunately for us, we've forgotten what it's like to live in the here and now. We've forgotten what it's like to commit to one person or one thing. And note here, my friends, I'm not saying it's you. I'm saying it's us, because we're all a part of it. And this just makes me come down to one question. I ask myself, what if I had the chance to be committed to just one thing or one person in life? Who should that be, or what should that be with? My 2 cents on that, my friends. Swipe right on yourself. Applaud for yourself. Appreciate yourself. Hype up yourself. Why? Because nobody else is going to do it for you. And I'm sure you're probably thinking right now, what is all this talk about self-interest? Why is this girl telling us to be selfish? Well, I won't be surprised if this is what you're thinking right now, because all our lives, we've been conditioned to think that if we think about ourselves above anybody else, we are doomed. We are to be labeled as narcissistic, egoistic, or self-obsessed. But today, I ask you to challenge this very year-long conditioning. I ask you to challenge this thought process and move out of your comfort zone. And how can you do that? The mantra is right there in front of you, my friends. Me, myself, and I. You gotta believe in yourself, because like I said, nobody else is gonna do it for you. And even if people call you narcissistic or self-obsessed, I assure you, putting yourself first is great. It's in fact the best thing that you can do for yourself. But how did I ever come about realizing that I, me, myself was a great mantra? It's been a very personal journey for me, and I'd like you to now walk that journey with me. What you see on screen is me a couple of years back, a complete school nerd, my friends. I was laden with trophies, achievements, certificates. I was good at studies. I was getting amazing grades. I was also part of the student council. I was participating in dramas, debates, all that jazz. If you were to look from the outside, you would say, this girl is totally winning at school life. However, the sad part is that my need to be an achiever, my drive to be a high flyer, was unfortunately not mine. It stemmed from a very deep and dark bias of proving myself. There was a constant need I felt I had to prove myself to the people out there. And it began with a lot of insecurities that had been drilled in my head when I was only a child, and by none other than the people who surrounded me. You see, when I was barely a toddler, a relative of mine quipped to my parents that you'd never be able to step out in the world unashamed with a daughter who looks like that. I wasn't born with fair skin, or as they say in my country, blessed with fair skin. An apparent qualification you need to prove your worth or to achieve anything in life, and the lack of which was supposed to be the doom of my beautiful family and I. Whatever followed in the years ahead of that was a constant reminder for me that only fair is lovely. And I was not fair enough to achieve things that I rightfully deserved. On many occasions as a child, I was thrown out of competitions. I was not given roles in dramas and plays. Opportunities were snatched away from me. Why? Only because I did not fit in the box of ideal beauty standards. And trust me, there were lots of people around me who would comment on how I could improve my skin tone. If only I improved my skin color, I would achieve so many things. And the more it happened with me, the angrier I got. The angrier I got and worked hard to prove myself to these people that I was so much more than just what I look like. There was so much more to me than just what's visible on the outside. It was only years later, my friends, I realized how toxic it all was. My actions were stemmed out of a reaction to the thoughts and opinions of other people. I had developed myself in a way which was based on judgments, biases, taunts, and jibes of other people. Had the life I'd been living then truly mine? And the question haunted me. I'm sorry I'm a bit overwhelmed right now, because this is the first time I'm confronting the ghost of my past publicly. But what happened, ironically, that helped me was joining fashion school. You would say, what a risky decision for a girl who all her life had associated her worth to be related to her looks, right? Entering a domain, entering an industry which is infamous for causing body image issues. But ironically for me, this is exactly where I found out who I truly was. I was participating in fashion shows. I was part of fashion shoots. I also got casted in a TV ad, my friends. And this all made me fall in love with myself. For the first time in life, I was truly, truly in love with myself and what I was doing. I was being me, and not the me the society wanted me to be, but who I truly was. I went on to experience the immense joy and poise that came with walking the ramp, and it just liberated me in a sense which I had never expected it to. But you'll probably be questioning right now, is the ticket to confidence entering a fashion school? Well, no, my friends. In fashion school, I had 3 important realizations. The first one being, my parents were least bothered by what the world said, or that one remark that relative had said that they'd be ashamed of me. They were anything but ashamed of me, for they supported me in every action I ever took. Be it modeling, be it the unconventional decision of going to fashion school, be it traveling abroad, they had my back. And I have to take a moment here to say, it's an unusually rare blessing for a girl who comes from a typical Indian household. The second realization, a very important one. All the insecurities I'd ever felt in life were never even mine to begin with. All the taunts, jibes, they all began and belonged to those who had spoken them or acted on them. And it was not my responsibility to carry them or to fix them or to prove them wrong. And the third most important one being, the sole responsibility of how I feel about myself lies on my shoulders and not on somebody else's. And these were the three realizations that finally made me fall in love with myself and made me understand how important it was for every one of us to be truly in love with ourselves. If you would have told the younger me that, Ananya, you would one day be in Paris working in the luxury, fashion, and beauty industry, I would have laughed at you and called it hogwash. I would have told you, that's definitely not possible. But here I am, my friends, standing right in front of you, being associated with brands like Christian Dior Couture, because I decided one day to take charge of my own life and live it how I wanted to live it. So why am I talking about this today? Why is it so important? Well, it's important because most of us today stand on a similar threshold of entering the job market as young graduates. And it's important for us to realize that our worth is not associated with the many rejections we get each day when we apply for new jobs. Our worth is not associated with what others think of us. So remember, my friends, remember to self-validate, self-applaud, self-advocate. Because once you're out there in the job market, nobody can talk about you like you can about yourself. And if you cannot present to the person in front of you the value you add or things that you bring to the table, you're doing yourself a big disservice. It's also very imperative for me to talk about this today and implore you to love yourself for a reason. And the reason being, if today you decide to love yourself, be comfortable in your own shoes, tackle all your insecurities, if we were to meet tomorrow or in the future, we'd be kind to each other. Most importantly, we wouldn't be projecting our insecurities onto each other. And we wouldn't shy away from throwing in a helping hand if the other is drowning. If only today we decide that we're happy and satisfied with where we are and who we are. So my friends, are you ready? Are you ready to be your own cheerleader? Are you ready to be your own cheerleader and unapologetically so? Take space, my friend. Take space and own it, because there isn't a room full of people waiting with pom-poms in their hand or confetti in their hand to throw at you, to celebrate you, your journey, your achievements. It's you who has to do that. And you're probably thinking, Ananya, it's very easy to stand on this stage and say all of these things. And you're right. It's going to be very difficult once you start this journey of self-love. But let me give you a tip which has helped me. Start with the most basic step. The step being, never belittle your own self. There are so many unkind experiences and people in the world who are ready to do it for you, but you shouldn't be the one doing it. Remember, never speak badly of yourself, for the warrior within hears it and is lessened by them. Today may not be good, my friend, but tomorrow will be. Tomorrow may not be good, but day after will be. It's not over. Tell your inner samurai, it's not over until I win. You see, I'm talking about all of these things, but the journey for me hasn't been easy either. Till today, I find myself knee-deep in worries, asking myself this ridiculous question, why not me? He has an incredible job, why not me? She has a loving boyfriend, why not me? Oh my God, they did such an amazing project, why not me? And you see, this why not me here sounds so self-depreciating. But what if I switched it around, just by the means of tone? What if I said, he has an incredible job, why not me? She is in a loving relationship, why not me? If they can, then why not me? You see, in a matter of seconds, just by training my brain and mind to believe in myself, I've switched the whole situation around in my own favor. If I can, then you can, my friends. You remember the phoenix we talked about. It has an amazing lesson to give to all of us. We all fall, we all falter, we all fail. But it's about getting back up and heading and facing life head on by believing in ourselves, being that phoenix that rises from its own ashes. So as I leave you today, my friends, I really, really hope the next time you close your eyes to reflect on your emotions and experiences, you are the hero of your own story. Because remember, the true love story was, is, and will always be between you and only you. Thank you, merci, shukriya. This is Ananya Rajpoot signing off with today's centering thought. Aham Brahmasmi. True love begins with me.